Hey everyone, it's Ivett. So right now we're going to be talking about my top 5 eyeshadow palettes. And I love eyeshadow palettes, but I don't run and buy every single one just because I feel like, there's certain colors in a different palette I might have, and I don't know, maybe I just don't like to fork over, $50 or so just for one or two shades in a palette. Maybe I'm just more of a single eyeshadow type person, just because then you can, build your own palette type of thing. So, but I do have lots of palettes, and these are just my favorites, my go-tos, and I've had most of these for a while, except one new one, which I'm sure you guys are gonna know which one I'm talking about, but we will just start off with that one since I just did a chit chat get ready with me. The Tartelette palette by Tarte. OMG. This is by far the best matte eyeshadow palette created. Like, I'm so in love with this one. And the price is really decent. I think it's $44, but it is just absolutely gorgeous. And this is what it looks like. And I'm really bummed because I took this one to work with me actually yesterday to get ready, and I have a really funny shaped trunk. My trunk doesn't just open like a typical car. Pretty much my car, where the spoiler is where it comes up, and I just don't have a lot of trunk space. So when I put my little bag of get ready with me things in my car, I think when I close my trunk, my blow dryer probably hit my palette and it cracked the corner of this shade right here, which I'm just thankful it didn't like fall out or anything, but I mean the corner of it did, but the whole shade didn't. So I love it. I've used every single one. I just love to use them by rows. I think they look beautiful together, and I've used this every single day since I've got it, pretty much, except today I told myself I had to use something different. And I just used like a Maybelinne color tattoo and like a Colourpop shadow. So today I just did something different, but I've really just fallen in love with this one. So definitely worth it for a good matte one. Now I do also love the Naked Basics. This is the first little palette, and I think this is another good one to have. The shades in here are a little bit different. Mine is always so difficult to open, but the shades are similar, but I still think they're a little bit different. This one's just a little bit more yellow than the one, in the Tartelette palette. And if you just want a super simple little palette to just, grab and go, or if you don't really want to think about anything, this is another good one. Obviously, I've used it. I've hit pan on 2 colors, and I do love both of them, and this one also has one shimmer shade, so it's not all mattes. They're all mattes except this one, but I don't know. I really like those two, so highly recommend them. Okay, then the Lorac Pro 2 palette. This one I love way more than the Lorac one. I think it's got a lot more of a color variation, and I think that's what does it for me. I think the first one is just, a lot of like pinky, mauve tones, some browns, but I like how this one's got blue, it's got green, it's got that apricot shade, the brown, silver. This is just a really good all-around one. You can make the best smoky eye with this. Highly recommend it. The pigmentation is awesome. These feel like butter on your lids. They do kick back a little bit of powder, but it's okay. It's nothing crazy, but I really do love it. So I highly recommend this one. But like I said, I like this one better than the Lorac one, in my opinion. I just use this one a lot more. So that's my third palette, my top 3. Okay, then this one by Anastasia, and the Rezy, I think I'm saying her name right, but this is the one Sweet Sarah sent to me. back in the summer, like right when it came out. I think she like pre-ordered it or something, and I had it in my mailbox. I loved her for this because I seriously like fell in love with this one as soon as I got it. I am very surprised how long these shadows last because I have used the daylights out of this palette. My little brush wants to fall out, but these are the colors in this one, and you know, you get the golds, you get good transition colors, you have mattes, and you also have shimmers. I mean, I've never used this blue. I've used all of them except this shade though. But honestly, the pigmentation, not as buttery as the Lorac Pro. Obviously the formulas, you know, are going to be a little bit different. But I'm so surprised how long these shadows last because I can't even tell you how many times I've used this shade, which is Legend. It's just a gorgeous gold. Let me just try to swatch that. It is just a beautiful gold shimmer. I love that on my lids. It is amazing. And then I'll use like caramel and Morocco for my transition color or my crease, and then I'll pop a little bit of the deep plum in my crease, vanilla, highlight my brow bone, inner corners, boom, done. Beautiful. I seriously have used the daylights out of this palette and I still have not hit pan on Legend. Like, I can't even believe that. So this one is definitely worth the money. I think it's beautiful, and I love the packaging. I love that leopard with the red and the black. So pretty, sleek, gorgeous. Love it. Okay, and it does also come with the brush, so that's, you know, cool. Okay, then last but not least, the Urban Decay Naked 1 palette. This is my favorite Urban Decay Naked palette. Not my... Out of the three, Naked 1, 2, and 3 is what I'm talking about. Not the basics, because that's totally different. So, this one, I mean, I love me some good shimmer shades. I love sparkle. I love glitter. Let me take the brush out of here, too. But I really do think this is just an amazing one. The two, I'm just not a fan of the two. I think if you needed to take a palette with you, that one just didn't have everything in it. And the 3 is okay, but it's a lot more pinky, peachy, purple tones, which I don't see as like an everyday palette. For me, whenever I buy something, I think of it as like, can I use this on its own? If I wanted to just use this, can I use this? So when I buy a palette, that's what I do, because it makes my life easier. I don't have to think too hard because I'm always running late. You guys know me. And it's just simple. So I love this one. Great transition shade, or if I just want to do a simple eye look, I pop that, you know, where my crease would go. A great highlight shade. I mean, I love this Sidecar Half Baked Smog on the lid. I could have even done Smog today and got like the same eye look. And I'm really surprised about Dark Horse because it looks more of like it would be a shiny color, but it really does give you like that perfect crease. And then I'll pop a little bit of creep, or you could do like a good smoky eye with gunmetal. I love anything like that. And I just think it's a really, really good one. You got some purples, a little bit of pinks in here for like a mauve-y look. This is just like an all-around amazing palette. So this one doesn't have any bright greens or purples or anything in here, but I'm not one to wear any bright colors like that anyways. I'm just more of a neutral girl, so I do think this is my all-time favorite Naked palette from, like, you know, the 1, 2, and 3. So that, I think this is probably my #1 palette. I do love the Tartelette, but I would say this is my #1, my #2, #3, #4, and then number 5. So that's just kind of how I would rank it. I've used this so much, and I'm surprised I haven't hit pan on any of these. So that goes to show that, you know, I think they're 50 bucks and they last a long time. And I've had mine for going on 2 years and it's still great. I still haven't hit pan, and I love stuff like that where you don't like use a shade and then you're like, oh gosh, I need to go get another one because I used one of the... See, that's my thing with palettes. When you use one shade, I already feel like I have to go buy it again. And then it's like, what do I do with all the other ones that I didn't use? So that's my only thing. I get weirded out like that. But these are just awesome. I really do recommend them. And I think you wouldn't be... you know, if you do like the same stuff as me, I don't think you'd be disappointed with them. So these are just my favorites, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it helpful. And let me know what your favorite ones are. I know there's a few out there that I got my eye on, but I just feel like I don't need them. So if you have a favorite palette, let me know in the comments down below, and I will check them out if I don't have them already. So thank you guys so much for watching, and you guys are amazing. I love each and every one of you, and I will see you really soon. Bye!